Welcome back to the news at 10. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, is in South Africa for a 3-day visit. During his stay, Professor Osinbajo is expected to participate in a number of events, including the commissioning of the consular building of the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria. Nigeria's number 2 citizen will also hold an interactive session with the Nigerian community in South Africa before returning to Abuja on Sunday. Our South Africa correspondent, Prt.2, was at the Waterkloof Air Force Base in Pretoria when he arrived and now reports.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, arrived at about 8 o'clock local time for what was originally planned to be a religious program. But his program has somewhat been expanded to include some semi-official items, which include meeting the Deputy President of South Africa, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, as well as meeting the Nigerian community on Saturday.
We have a sizable number of Nigerian community for him to meet with them, interact with them, essentially to tell them what the government is doing, take on questions, and then provide some answers to erase some negative perceptions, and then situate the Nigerian community on government program so that they will have a feel of government and remain part of government, albeit in diaspora.
Of course, we'll keep you updated on the outcome of that town hall meeting with the Nigerian community. On Sunday, he's expected to address a religious conference also around Johannesburg. From the Waterkloof Air Force Base in Pretoria, South Africa, Prt.2, Channels Television News.
The Oyo State Police Command has warned members of the public to be careful when dealing with people on the internet to avoid losing their valuables to fraudsters and peddle illegal businesses. Sounding this warning at the State Police Command headquarters in Ileyele, Ibadan, the Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, Olaleye Oyebade, said a notorious syndicate of internet fraudsters had been caught after they had successfully duped a car dealer and made away with an exotic car.
Okay, now specialize online. There is this online transaction now that is very rampant. Somebody coming to say that I want to buy a vehicle and I'm ready to pay, and then you will just receive an alert as if you have gotten money. At the end of the day, it's a deceit. And that's why we are warning people that normally shop online to be very careful. And we are believing that the bankers might have hand in this. So it's a lesson for everybody to be very careful, to be aware that when you are doing online transaction, you must put your acts together. We are warning members of the public to beware that this online fraud is now the latest in their bid to make easy money.
Well, moving over now to business news with Emana Amawe.
Hello and welcome to Business News. Royal Dutch Shell has asked ship owners exporting its Nigerian oil to sign a letter of comfort, that's an LOC, to guarantee it is not stolen. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation had in July banned more than 100 tankers from Nigeria's waters, citing a directive from President Muhammadu Buhari, who wants to trace and recover sums of money allegedly stolen from the oil sector. Last month, the NNPC lifted the ban but asked ship owners to sign the letter to guarantee to indemnify it against any illicit use of their vessels. This led some owners to reject pending bookings. According to a statement by Shell, the company is putting its reputation on the table to warrant the cargo is not stolen, and this should remove any concerns ship owners have around bad title down the oil chain. In the meantime, the Lord Mayor of London, Mr. Alan Yarrow, has advised Nigeria to tap into the benefits of Islamic finance as a means of diversifying the economy. In an interview with Channels TV Foreign Affairs correspondent Amarachi Ubani, Mr. Yarrow explained that Islamic finance could provide substantial investment for Nigeria.
The fact that Islamic finance has been marginally more expensive than traditional Western finance, but that's a function of size and volume. And now we're beginning to see volume grow. I think Islamic finance will be a very important point going forward. And particularly for Nigeria, it's all about inclusion. You know, the north of your country needs to be included in the financial sector, and therefore Islamic finance will be much more popular in the north of the country, I suspect. But if you're raising money as a country, you want to go to all sources of finance, because you want to have renminbi, Chinese, you want to have Islamic, you want to have traditional Western, you don't want to foreclose any opportunity of raising your money from those various sectors. So you need to understand how those financial products need to work.
In the meantime, after a downward trend all week, the Nigerian Stock Exchange closed on a positive note today as the benchmark index gained 0.6%. Here's Harriet Agbenyi with details of how equities fared at the local bourse.
After 5 consecutive sessions of profit-taking, the Nigerian equities market got a breather today on the back of gains from some market heavyweights. Forte Oil notched up 0.52% to lead 21 other price gainers, including Ashaka Cement and Guarantee Trust Bank, with percentage gains of 1.86 and 1.43 respectively. Down 0.74%, Nigerian Breweries was the top loser for the day. The equity closed at 114 naira. Investors booked profit of Seplat and Guinness Nigeria as well. With 106.71 million shares traded, Access Bank was the most active for the day. It's followed by FCMB with 7.66 million shares and Unity Bank with 7.61 million shares. The all-share index finished north, advancing 0.14% to end the session at 30,165.22, with a market capitalization of 10.36 trillion naira. Volume and value came in lower as investors in 2,500 deals exchanged 188.03 million shares valued at 1.33 billion naira. That's the stock market report. I'm Harriet Agbenyi.
Many thanks, Harriet. On the global scene, most equities benefited from boosted investors' confidence following various stimulating policies. Let's take a look. And that's it on Business News tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Imana Amawe. The news at 10 continues shortly.